A school, a glorified high school for grown-up military people. What is up, guys? You're tuning in to Nikki MGTV for another video. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below if you have questions. But as always, let's roll right into that like button, the notification bell, the subscribe, come on, guys. You guys blew up the like button on the video I asked for. It's like a little bit more likes, and you guys killed it. And then the next video, nothing. And then now this video, I'm like, I gotta tell you guys, I will probably knife hand you if you guys don't do this next time. Just like it, okay? YouTube is trying to put down the man that's trying to put a little hustle out there. I just want you guys to like the video and say, hey, Nikki, appreciate it. That's it. Leave a comment. All right, we're done. I'm tired. I feel like a peasant even asking for that. Like every YouTube video, like, comment, subscribe. No, dude. Like, it doesn't have to be every video. You already know that there's a like button. You already know there's a subscribe. You already know you can comment. Call to action. Call to action, guys. You can do it. These are the 5 tips. Because, gosh, if you had 5 tips and instead of 6 or 7 or 8, that would be weird. So I didn't have enough for 10. So I'll probably end up finding more later and make a part 2. All right. So the first tip I have for anyone in A school is don't buy stuff that is going to distract you and that you don't need. All right. So I'll say this. While you're in A school, it's very temporary. You're only there for several weeks at most, and then you're going right to your next duty station. So if you're buying stuff that will not be useful beyond that time period, try and avoid it because you're going to have to carry it wherever you go. You don't want a lot of stuff shipping it from A school back home or to your next duty station. On top of that, distractions are going to keep you from being focused on actually completing A school. And trust me, your PlayStation 4, your Xbox, your computer, whatever else, awesome. But a lot of people that are young don't have great time management, and I've said this out of experience from when I was in Field Medical Training Battalion back in 2018. I saw kids every weekend that were failing tests playing Fortnite, and I'm like, you've already failed. Stop. Like, just do what you're supposed to. So I saw it, but you can't make people study. They just want to play video games. I get it. It's fun, but what's more fun is not being in A school. And that's what leads me to the next one. Actually study. And I know that you're like, gonna click away, Nikki, I already know to study. No, like, I legit mean that because there's a lot of people that are idiots that will not study. And it comes down to you putting literally A school this much effort. I swear, A school, if I could put a relevance of like difficulty, I would say like early high school level, if that, maybe high middle school, of how difficult that would be for you. So putting the little time to study, and I'm not saying you have to marathon study, I'm saying just take the effort when you have a test coming up, study for it, and actually be an active participant and quiz other people. People over-nuke the studying process for A school. They make zillions of note cards on every single thing. They highlight the entire book. Like, it's not getting into the weeds of like what's the 5th word on the 3rd page on the 2nd paragraph. Stop making crazy note cards up. I see it all the time. Another factor of this, I want you to understand, you're being paid to learn. Like, really, A school is one of the easiest times in your career. I know a lot of you are going to be like, how is that the case? This sucks if you're already in A school right now. But realistically, I would say the glorified fleet or the mysterious fleet that you hear of, A school, your responsibility is one thing: pass tests. That's it. And then you stand a little bit of watch and you clean up a little bit. That's your entire paycheck. The Liberty stuff sucks, but realistically, you're getting paid to learn a skill. You're getting paid to go to school. If you're trying to do your 20-year retirement, you are putting time towards your retirement while you are in school. Crazy, right? All right, so my third one here is don't date anybody while you're in A school. Like I said, this is short. If you're going to have a fling, make sure it's a fling, okay? You really don't need to be taking anything with you. A lot of you guys, this is you starting off your adult life. So I would suggest realizing you trying to develop a relationship for a couple weeks, splitting up. They go off to maybe Virginia and you're in San Diego trying to keep that up. Just cut it off, man. Not worth it. Go into the mindset that it's temporary. You're going to find a girl at your first duty station or a guy at your first duty station. That's my suggestion, if anything. I know it gets lonely. I understand. But I'm the idiot that had somebody when I was in, well, before the military and then during boot camp and A school, and then things just crashed and burned. But I'm talking from my own experience. So just don't do it. Also, this includes getting married. A lot of you guys have not seen this video. You can look at it up there where I discuss if you can be stationed with somebody else that's in the military. For this instance, out of A school, you will not be together. Most likely you will not, okay? If you get lucky and get the same duty station, congrats. But I will say most likely you will not. So avoid getting married if at all possible. I know BH sounds tempting, but a lot of you guys will make second class before you can even think about it, and you'll be blinking 2 or 3 times and bam, you're already taking the first class test or taking the next step for E6, whatever branch you're in. Also, it's fun to pretend procreate. I get it, but do not actually procreate. Okay, it's a very fine skill. They have this stuff called birth control that you can use, females can use, and ensure that you don't get pregnant, because guess what? That could also limit you as well. Avoid being in a relationship, getting pregnant, getting married, any of those 3 things. Just try and keep your responsibilities as little as possible, because then you get to actually do whatever the hell you want, and that's actually a fun thing. All right, so my 4th one here is don't F up. Don't mess up. And a lot of you are like, what do you mean, Nikki? How would I mess up? Don't mess up. And what I mean by that is don't get in trouble. If you're in A school, underage drinking is one big one. Coming back after curfew, or after liberty expires, whatever you want to call it, breaking very basic rules that are very common sense. Do not break those, because you could end up actually losing the job that you have. Trust me, you have not much to lose while you're in A school as far as rank. You're probably E1, E2, maybe E3. So a lot of you guys don't have rank to lose. You have opportunity to lose. And a lot of you guys don't want to be undesignated or go into a rate which is maybe not as nice as what you're already in. Trust me, doing stupid stuff like drinking while you're on lunch in A school. Someone actually did, write me about that. They lost their contract for MC. Now they're undesignated. So very real stories here. My last one, and this is crazy that I have to say this, but I saw it at the training command I was at, Field Medical Training Battalion, which is like another entry-level training with a bunch of junior people. And you're going to get complaints about this. And it is, a lot of you guys leave boot camp and lose what you got from boot camp. And that is the military bearing, you working out, eating right, doing what you're supposed to as a person that's new in the military. Everything that you did in boot camp is still expected of you while you're in A school. So you should still be physically fit. You should still be doing what you're supposed to, being on time, all that kind of stuff. So that military bearing aspect is where a lot of you guys are going to drop the ball. This is not where you leave boot camp and you just drop everything. It is literally a light switch where when you are supposed to be somewhere, be professional, be in the military, act like it, be an adult. But when you are off and you're able to do what you can, understand you have some responsibility or obligation to be a military member or whatever, 24 hours, but have fun, but realize that there is that light switch where you have to control when you are acting a certain way or being a certain way. And I have to say that A school is not like the fleet, and you always hear that. It really isn't, because, and I'll tell you why the difference is. In A school, they're herding sheep. They're just trying to get you from point A to point B, get your stuff done, hold the basic core fundamentals of what the military should still be instilled while teaching you a skill. So what I'm going to say is they do not care whether you fail. They care, and they'll help you out. But they're like, if you're not going to put the effort, they don't care if you fail. If you are just messing up, they don't care that you mess up, because they're just going to process you. They deal with probably hundreds of students per year. So understand that in A school, you are a number. You're not really being treated like an individual. Once you get out to the fleet and you are part of your command and you have a LPO, a leading petty officer, someone that's senior above you, or a sergeant or whatever you're in, they will understand that you are owned to them. They can't just throw you to the wolves and be like, yeah, we don't want this guy anymore. It takes a lot more. So there's a lot more buy-in to help you succeed, because it reflects on how they succeed. So a lot more mentorship would be taken into place, and people will try and help you out. But don't expect that first thing in the military when you come in A school, because there's just too many of you guys. So I hope that this narrowed down some things that you guys should consider with going to A school. Obviously, you guys are going to be in culture shock, going to boot camp, going to A school where you don't have to say aye petty officer every second, to then finally go to the fleet where you get treated like an adult a little bit and you get to just show up to work, do what you're supposed to, go home, and just live your normal life. So, but as always, if you guys do have questions, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.